Going live. Yeah, well, small room. We need to look in a bigger space.
Yeah.
Going live. And welcome to episode 2 of the GameKast.
Yeah.
We're back. We were gone for a while too. We hadn't recorded anything because
It's my fault, guys. I've been busy.
This guy I won't get into any details, but
Yeah, I've been busy.
So a lot's been happening. Not really a lot in terms of killer news dropping, but in terms of games, sales, and certain titles coming out and exceeding expectations, and certain things with new consoles that are on the horizon.
Yes.
So first off, I want to, really quick, we're going to touch on a couple titles that are out. Watch Dogs 2. You don't have it. You haven't played it.
Don't have it. Haven't played it. I've watched you play it a couple times, and I'm impressed.
Watch Dogs 2 is great. It's a huge improvement over the first one. If you even in the slightest had any type of excitement for Watch Dogs when it originally came out 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, pick up Watch Dogs 2. It delivers on everything that the first one said it was going to, and it exceeds it to a certain extent with other things. The game is pretty. It's great soundtrack.
Some surprising humor.
Yep. There's humor. The characters are a little bit more relatable.
Pokes at themselves.
Yep.
It was good. It was good.
It's a great game, and unfortunately, it didn't sell as well as they thought it would, because I think this game should have came out either earlier in the year if it was done, or next year, like January, February.
I think February would have been good.
So that way it had its own little space,
Yeah. Because that was my issue. It was like, buy Watch Dogs or buy Final Fantasy 15, and I went with the game that was 10 years in the making.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks because Watch Dogs, again, it's a great open world alternate to Grand Theft Auto.
And you constantly said that you found yourself like playing it like if it was an open world RPG.
Yeah, because I'm playing and I'm doing side quests and I'm trying to level up my guy because there's a skill tree, and it's funny, like some of the things you can do in the game are hilarious. Like you can hack someone's car to just drive by itself, and people are like, "Oh my god, what was that?"
Let me explain something to you. I've watched this guy.
What I like to do,
he's getting chased by the cops. So to make his version for himself, my man randomly just starts activating cars and walks away from where the cops are. No emphasis on caring whatsoever. Just
at that point, it's every man for himself. Dogs, So check out Watch Dogs 2 if you have a chance. It's a great game. Even if you wait to pick it up on sale because you're doubtful, pick it up. It's a good game. Watch Dogs 3, I hope they make it and they just improve on this one.
I hope it trends more towards this title than the previous one. I mean, like, even just the vibe, the atmosphere that's in it, I appreciate it. I mean, it's no surprise. I'm a huge lover of Silicon Valley. I think it's an amazing place
which is in the game.
It's in the game. Like everything about it is cool. Their hangout. I wish the Kast studio was that place.
Kast Studio is my man cave.
Yeah.
For now.
But yeah, I definitely pick it up. If you were into things like Burning Man or basically anything from the California scene, like just pick it up.
It's in the game.
Just if you are a techie in any way, pick up this game.
Yeah. Next title that recently came out that has everyone freaking addicted and has 15 million units moved already, or 5 million, sorry, not 15, 5 million units in the first week or the first day or something crazy like that. Final Fantasy 15, 10 years in the making. Amazing title. I'm 40 hours. It's 13 chapters. I'm 42 hours into the game right now, and I'm on chapter 11.
I've been slipping. I'm still in the beginning of the game, and I put 15 hours in.
Yeah, everyone reviewed it and said it's a 30-hour game. I don't know what you were playing.
I don't know how
they clearly weren't doing side quests and stuff.
No, they weren't. That's all I've been doing.
Yeah,
it's the side quests,
and it's easy to
treasure hunting.
Yep.
Looking for ingredients to cook. I was the
bounty
first
hunts.
one. The bounty hunts are amazing, but I was the first one to say like, that cooking stuff, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
I do it all the time.
It's amazing.
It's great.
You can relate to the characters in a way, like their friendship.
Yep.
You know, like what they're going through, and it gets to a certain point in the game. I'm not going to spoil anything where the story starts to really progress, because it's a little bit slow at first in the first few chapters.
Like they don't explain too much of where you gotta go.
When you get to a certain point, it's just like the feels hit you. You know what I mean?
Well, I could tell that just by the way that it opened up.
Yeah.
Like, don't rush through the opening. Take your time with it. If you can, watch Kingsglaive before you play it.
It definitely helps to watch Brotherhood and Kingsglaive.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff that are filled in.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it. And I'm a Final Fantasy guy who really, like, 7 was my thing. Like, that whole universe for 7. And then afterwards, I hated 8. It was a soap opera. Never played 9. Played 10 because it was the first one where they talked. I don't like 10.
I like 10. I like 10. I started 8. I kind of liked it, and then I stopped because, like you said, it got kind of soap opera-ish.
Yeah, I like aspects from 10, but I just, again, like, for me, 7 set such a high bar. Playing that as a kid, I looked at 10 and I was like, what is this? What is this guy wearing? Why am I doing this? I like the little
the story is
soccer
good.
Game thing.
The story's really good.
The story was good.
Because the thing is, you got to remember, too, like, as far as, like, the mainline Final Fantasy games, you got Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 was where it really started picking up. Final Fantasy 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. You know what I mean? Like, those are the Final Fantasy games.
The Final Fantasy series.
So it's like, I skipped 13 because it sucked. And
I despise 13. I really...
But 15
Yeah,
delivers.
delivered.
If
It's
you
its
are a
own
fan
thing.
of JRPGs,
Yeah, RPGs
or
in
just
general,
RPGs in general,
action games,
pick it up.
pick it up.
There's people out there who are like, this isn't even Final Fantasy because it's open world and you're just doing the attacks, there's no turn-based. Shut up. Give it a shot.
Yo.
Try it.
If you've ever played Kingdom Hearts or Crisis Core, do yourself a favor and play this as well.
Yes,
'Cause
it's awesome.
It's amazing. Like,
I will say this one thing. I played a boss fight yesterday. And anyone who's on my Facebook page knows because they've seen this. I played a boss fight yesterday, and it was the turning point. Because up until that point, Final Fantasy 15 to me was just, this is a good game, great gameplay, great visuals, story's all right. I'm liking it. I like the characters. When I got to this point, it was like, there's no more side quests now. It's like I need to finish the game because I want to see where the story goes. Like, this boss fight was that epic. I was like, oh my goodness. So
that's what you want from a Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Hence the title, Final Fantasy. Like, you want to know how this story begins and ends and moves on.
And someone said something to me. They said Noctis, who's the main character, is up there with Cloud in being one of the best main characters in a Final Fantasy game, and I can see it, and I can believe it.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
He's growing on me faster than any other characters have besides Cloud.
Next thing, Titanfall 2. I think we spoke about this before a little bit. I'm in love with Titanfall 2. I love the game. I wish it came out at a different time. It wasn't in the same release window as Battlefield 1.
Yes.
EA, why did you do that? But it's a great game. It's a great shooter. It is the Call of Duty substitute for the piece of turd that came out this year called Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's epic. The robots. I never get tired of calling it a Titan.
The thing that I've heard is like, I don't want to run on walls and deal with the mechs and all that other stuff.
That's what Titanfall's about.
Dude, even just pilot versus pilot feels amazing.
Yes.
Like
it is
the control setup.
The tightest first-person shooter I've ever played. The controls are spot on.
Like, it's just, there is no, I did this and I didn't mean to. Like, you are in full control of everything you do,
Yeah.
and it's great.
Like, they perfected the whole wall running, sliding, double jump thing, and it doesn't feel overly done like it does in the Call of Duty games.
Yeah, it's not saturated.
Yeah.
There aren't people just randomly leaping out of the sky, even though you can be on top of buildings.
Yeah, like, you can be in a building, and it's almost impossible to camp in this game.
Yeah, no,
It's-
you can't.
But yeah, it's amazing, and I hope please do not. Respawn Studios, like one of my favorite studios right now, please do not abandon the Titanfall franchise because of stupid EA's decisions.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just
keep up with it.
keep up with it, even if that's not your next title.
Keep
at some
adding
point,
stuff
yeah.
onto it. I just, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
awesome game.
Like-
I just picked up Skyrim, the special edition. I don't know why I did it. It was on sale Black Friday, and I was like, why not? You know.
Yeah.
And I started playing it, and then I found myself getting back into that mode where it's like, dragons and lore. And even though you can tell that, like, I'm playing on PS4 Pro, so it's like, even though it's still like updated graphics, you can still kind of it's dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you kind of get past all of that when you get out to the open world after the first few minutes, and you're like, Skyrim, you know. And I had to turn it off. I was like, I'm not gonna play anything else. But speaking of the PS4 Pros,
Yes.
we both recently picked up PS4 Pros.
Yes, everyone who follows us on Instagram or follows me on Instagram, you all know about it. I'm posting about it.
I haven't posted about it yet because I was waiting for the right time. Seeing as how you posted about it, I guess I ain't got no choice now but to,
Hey man, I couldn't
to
help
post
it.
some
Like,
pro stuff.
I get excited. I'm like, I bought mine when I bought Final Fantasy, so it was just like a big moment. It got ruined, but it was a big moment.
It was, yeah. And I convinced you to do it, kind of, because this is the thing. As a 1080p machine, PS4 Pro,
Awesome.
unrivaled. It's awesome.
Awesome.
I can tell the differences. I can see the differences, and they may be minute, some of them, but things like a steadier frame rate, things like better draw distance, faster load times, and even true 1080p output.
It's like what everyone used to tell me when I asked them, why'd you go out and buy a PS4 the day it came out? I'm like, one, there's no library. Two, the graphical output might be bigger, but no one knows how to program for it yet, so it's not going to be that dramatic. Once you get into it, you can't go back.
No.
So that's the whole thing of it. I saw it, had to get my own, because it was just...
And I think I showed it to you with Titanfall, right? I was playing Titanfall.
It was Titanfall and something else, and I'm like, oh, wow.
Yep.
I have to go with
Crispy,
this now.
smooth, clean, just no hiccups. Love it. I'm in love with my Pro, and you know, I haven't tested it as a 4K machine yet because I don't have a 4K TV just yet, but
I've been looking. It's been itching me.
eventually, you know what I mean. For the moment, I'm content. I know you're not.
It's hard. I can't have something that's supposed to do something and not have it do it.
Right.
Like I don't know. It's just me.
Well, I hear you.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a worthwhile purchase.
And especially too, if you don't have a PS4,
Yeah,
just get a Pro.
get a Pro.
And if you have the money and you just bought a 4K TV, why not just trade in your PS4 that you have, pick up a Pro.
I will tell you, you're gonna feel a little raped when you trade it in. I
Yeah, especially when you go to a certain place.
yeah.
You're gonna be like, what? That's it? You know?
It's like they just give you a little drop of lube and they're like, yeah, make that work.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They at least give you some French fries first, a little meal.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
I can say I don't regret the decision to do it. Definitely love it. The controller. We have to talk the controller. I am happy that my controller doesn't die in 20 minutes anymore. I mean, it's a new control. It shouldn't die in 20 minutes.
Eventually it will.
Eventually it will. But then there's that option of low latency.
Oh yeah, tethering it to the control, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And congratulations, Sony, on hitting the 50 million units sold mark on the PS4. Fastest selling console ever. Surpassed the PS2. 50 million PS4s out there. That's crazy. That's crazy in a 4-year span.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty big.
That's amazing. Well, is it 4 years or 3 years? It's like 3 years, right? Yeah, I think it's 3 years.
I'm gonna say 4.
I don't know.
Cause
somewhere there.
I only had mine for like a year.
Yeah, I think it was 3 years. That's crazy. Bravo, Sony. Bravo.
Well played.
Yeah. Speaking of consoles, just really quick, because we're going to have a full-blown discussion about this at some point.
Right.
Oh, Nintendo. The Nintendo Switch. It was on Jimmy Fallon. Mm-hmm. They showed it off, and Jimmy Fallon was like a little fangirl. Mm-hmm. And he, oh my God, I get to play the Switch before anybody else. Thank you, Reggie, for bringing it by. I like Jimmy Fallon. I do imitations. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. It works.
It does what it's supposed to.
And okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way first. Yes, Nintendo's biggest thing is quality over anything else, right? Yeah. Their games have to be that certain thing, right? They have a niche.
They do.
The Nintendo Switch, apparently, all the rumors are talking about, it's going to be just as powerful as a PS4 and Xbox One.
Nah.
And it's going to be able to output and play these high-end third-party titles.
Nah.
Well, yeah, you're going to be able to run Skyrim, because Skyrim came out on PS3, and you're going to be able to run Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe, because Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on PS3 and Xbox 360, right?
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch allegedly is going to have 1 teraflop, and, numbers... I'm a numbers guy, but I understand that some people it's more of like, you can't just judge it by the numbers of the hardware. I get it. But you're talking about a 1.3 teraflop Xbox One and a 1.8 teraflop PS4 and a 4.3 teraflop PS4 Pro and a potential 6.2 teraflop Xbox Scorpio.
So what we're getting at here essentially is that Nintendo is always behind.
Yeah. And again, that's their niche.
That's their niche. I get it. They can sell consoles cheaper, right? Which means they could potentially get them into the hands of more people. Mm-hmm. However, the problem that you run into with that is that no one wants old stuff.
No, at least I don't.
I don't either. I'm. If I could be on the bleeding edge of things, I would. I just don't have that bankroll.
Right.
But yeah, it's not good.
On top of I understand the whole thing with the tablet being a 720 touchscreen display, battery life, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I get it. The dock allegedly is going to, because we don't have any solid proof, but the dock allegedly is going to upscale or give more power to the unit so that it's pumping in 1080, which would be great if it happens.
Okay.
Even though the past reports said that the dock is not going to be anything of that sort besides a power supply and a docking station to show on your TV, so we have to wait and see. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I brought this up before. NVIDIA released that statement saying that just the way that the architecture of the chip is set up, they should be able to output along the same lines as the modern consoles, respectively. Like, it's not going to outdo them,
right?
But you should be up there with like your PlayStation 4 Slims and your PlayStation 4 regular.
Right.
But
we'll see what happens.
It all depends on who's programming and what's going on.
Yeah.
There are a lot of variables with that. It's not as cut and dry as this console can produce UHD quality. We're gonna at least have great 1080p. Like there's
the thing is too, like the games are getting bigger. They're getting more graphic intensive, and with these new consoles, you're going to start seeing them lean more towards having them be the optimized versions on the Pro and the Scorpio. And sorry to say, the standard 4 and the Xbox One are going to you're going to kind of have to go with these consoles if you want the best version of the game. So I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to. My 2 cents on it all, though, is I think that Nintendo needs to restructure their approach to stuff. Like, we briefly talked about it earlier. Nintendo's emphasis, just based off mascot alone, is Mario. Mario as a character doesn't have to be graphically intensive in any means whatsoever. It's not like he's going to be depicted as a realistic plumber with a gut jumping on turtles. Like,
I would love to see that.
They'll never have it looking like Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? It's always going to be cartoon and stylized. So there's never really a need to focus on graphics with that. Yeah. Whereas if, let's say, Samus or Link were the company mascots now, the main mascots, then there'd be a push for it, because everyone, I don't care who you are, would love to see a Zelda title with at least Skyrim or beyond graphics. I mean, imagine that looking like The Witcher.
It would never look like The Witcher.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like that type of graphical output, or like Final Fantasy 15's output, like something like that with Zelda. I think that would sell huge, and it would push the consoles to be better. But when your main seller or your main selling image is Mario, it'll never happen.
Yeah, but I mean, Mario is still like universally loved. You know what I mean?
Universally loved.
I think, yeah, you're onto something with the whole image.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, regardless of what anyone wants to say, stop making it about numbers, stop making it about power. Guess what? That's what it's going to be about. Because at the end of the day, as a developer, if I can come out with my title on 3 consoles and have some kind of parity.
Not just 3 consoles. It's like PC Master Race will always say that's where it starts. And that's the truth. PC is where it starts. Every game title starts out on the PC because that's where they're made. Right? So if I can make a title on my PC and then gradually put it out to where it has to go, that's great. Especially if the consoles are closer towards that PC, then it's less work. Whereas if I have to make it for this PC, make it on the PC, and I know that I'm going to make it for a PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox Scorpio, which are very close to a computer, and then have to completely dumb it down so that it can go on like a low-end Nintendo. Like that's hard. That's rough.
Yeah. I mean, again, we don't have the units.
Nope.
Unlike some YouTubers who had one, and anyway, once we get our hands on it, we'll be able to
better assess the situation.
I don't know if I'm getting one day one.
I'm torn.
I think I'll just go to one of my friend's house who I know is gonna have one on day one.
Gideon.
Yeah, Gideon. You'll have. Well, I don't know. You know, Gideon got stuff going on.
Yeah.
But
Julius.
Yeah, Julius will have it definitely.
Or Shaq. Shaq's good for it.
Yeah, that boy. But yeah, I don't think there was anything else really going on in the gaming world.
There is a little thing for those who wanted to get their hands on the NES Classic. They're back in stock in a variety of different stores. Best Buy should have them. GameStop, I just read.
Oh yeah, so you don't have to be going crazy anymore.
Yeah, Amazon had them supposedly for like a week now.
Or you can just build your own with the
Raspberry Pi Retro Pi kit.
Yep, but not gonna get into that on this episode.
Nope.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not getting an NES console. After you showed me that, I'm like, why? You know, I can build an NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Neo Geo classic console.
See, I'm gonna build a Raspberry Pi, and I'm still keeping my NES because it just looks awesome. But yeah, definitely doing the Raspberry Pi Retro Pi build. Probably soon. That's pretty cheap to do.
Yeah, it's really cheap to do. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on in the gaming world of any importance. I don't think so. Nothing that people really care about. I mean, there's a whole bunch of games that were announced. Last of Us 2, Last of Us Part 2. It's like Sony said, you know, Microsoft was out there and they're like, we're destroying Sony in sales the past 4 months. And, you know, Sony was just like, hold my coffee. I'll be right back. And they hit you with Uncharted Lost Age.
Yes.
Last of Us Part 2. Oh my God.
Crash Bandicoot collection.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Collection.
Parappa the Rapper is
Parappa
now
the Rapper coming
on
back
PS4.
For PS4 and 4K.
Yes.
You had which I'm excited for, the Wipeout Omega Collection. Is it the Omega Collection? I think it's called. But it's like 3 Wipeout games, the last 3 Wipeout games in one bundle, in 4K, 60 frames a second, on the PS4. Oh God, yes. Yeah. I love Wipeout, so you know. But yeah, Sony they did their PlayStation Experience thing. They announced a whole bunch of games, and then I haven't heard anything from Microsoft since.
They had the Jadakiss face.
It was like when Ether came out, when Jay-Z was hitting him, and Nas was like, all right, not to get too hip hoppy and music, but he came out and he was like, "Hold this ether real quick,"
Or
shut him down.
it's like an old Ali fight.
Yeah. Or when you watch Mike Tyson,
Oh,
Iron Mike, you just
that one hit and you see them stumble.
boom.
Oh.
That's it. Not to say,
Or the Pacquiao haymaker.
yeah, not to say that Microsoft has done or
come back,
anything.
yeah.
Not saying that, but I'm just saying like that event in itself.
Yeah, it was a knockout.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I enjoyed watching all the news. Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Ooh,
People
yeah.
are complaining about that too already. It looks like they're gonna dumb it down. It's like dumb it down. Shut up.
Down from what?
I'm not gonna get into that. We'll wait until our special guest is here. But Infinite looks great.
Infinite sounds great.
They added Akuma finally to Street Fighter V. I might start playing that just so I can use Akuma because he's my favorite Street Fighter character. Yeah. So, Final Fantasy 15 is getting DLC in December. The end of this month, December.
Oh, joy.
Already. That's what I like. Keep doing what you're doing, Square Enix. You're doing good.
Were there any good sales recently?
PSN and Xbox Live both have like their holiday sales going on. I know Sony's doing like every week they put different titles.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Check them out. You never know. You might see something that catches your eye that you haven't played yet that you've been waiting for. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
I have to reiterate again. If you don't have a PS4, go get a PS4 Pro. Spot on. Same thing. If you don't have an Xbox One, pick up the One S.
Yeah.
It's
a
the
valued.
It's
purchase.
the best 4K Blu-ray player machine that you can buy.
It's basically the same argument I used to make for the PS3.
Yeah. So there you go. We don't hate Microsoft.
No.
I like Microsoft, except for their phones. They suck.
Their phones suck. Not really a Windows fan.
Not a fan of their tablets either.
Surface is
Yeah,
kind
the Surface thing, the $3,000 one, yeah, whatever.
The Surface is good. You know, well, not just the studio. The regular Surface Pro is pretty good.
I guess. I don't know.
I'm like on the fence now because I got to replace my Chromebook. Thinking about it, but I can't. I don't know. I can't.
Money bags over here.
Nah, man.
The guy just went out and bought him a fancy European car. The rest of us is over here struggling.
Yo, I believe you were the first one with a fancy European car.
Man, that was like 3 years ago.
It's the Optimus Prime.
Anyway, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the newly branded GameKast Episode 2.
Episode Deuce.
And we'll be hitting you with more content soon, I promise, now that some people are going to be more available.
Yeah. Hey, folks.
Peace. I am hungry as a motherfucker.
Yeah.